Hi. If you have a small space and a lot of stolen goods to display, you are gonna love today's episode. Hello and welcome to Laugh Cry DIY, the show where I try to craft my way out of a very unhealthy relationship with my cat. Today, your girl is coming in hot with yet another dollar store DIY. Here's the thing, when you live in a really small space, whether it's like a closet or a boat or a studio, you probably have things you want to display, but you don't have a lot of space, so you need something really compact to display, jewelry or heirlooms or bones. So once again, the dollar store has come through for us because today we are going to make small, tiny, compact, space-saving hanging shelves that you can literally put anywhere, and they cost a total of $3 to make. Here's how to do it. I have an upcoming video which is gonna use this hanging shelf, so stay tuned. But I needed something that was very, very, very petite for the space that it needs to go in. Now, the best thing in the world is when you can take something nightmarish and turn it into something helpful and cute. So, here's what I found today at the 99-cent store. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Family, may this home be filled with love and laughter. It's really clear when some people don't have divorced parents. We have that, and we have, of course, basic, simple twine. These are really petite. They're like maybe 8 inches each. And honestly, I could flip this upside down, but I don't want this to be read by anyone at any point in their lives. So step 1, we are taking nail polish remover, AKA acetone, cotton pads, and we are going to wipe this from existence. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the amount of inspirational signage we can destroy. Do this in a well-ventilated area, obviously. And if you're someone who finds deep meaning in these inspirational quotes, be a normal person, have a secret stash on your phone where you screenshot the most embarrassing inspirational quotes. Don't put this out on display in public. To be honest, I was going pretty hard on it because I have a lot of unresolved issues. So I did chip off some of the compressed particle board or whatever this is. So I'm actually gonna use some of this blonde wood grain contact paper, which is basically like waterproof, and this is going somewhere where there might be splashes of water, hint hint. So actually I think that's probably a better idea for this one. If this was you could decoupage it, you could paint it, you could do anything you want. Just promise me you'll never keep it inspirational. But before we do that, we need to measure out the twine that we're gonna use to hang the shelves. There are actually a lot of ways to do this. This is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna create a 2-layer shelf where we knot off each level, and I'm gonna use 1 piece of twine for the front and 1 piece of twine for the back. Okay, step whatever. You're just gonna drill 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, in each shelf. And honestly, I am horrible at measuring stuff, getting it precise. I'll do it if I have to, but I usually prefer to use some sort of spacer or tool that's just the easiest and gonna be the same from like all 4 sides. So I already have this simple jig, which helps you drill holes in cabinets. I'm basically just gonna mark out where I want it to be on here. Thank you. Every time. All right, now we're gonna drill holes, and I just have a piece of extra wood underneath it so that when I drill through it, it won't split, because am I good at drilling yet? No. Am I gonna be? Who's to say? Ooh. So how do you figure out the strings? Now, this was a tricky one. Again, sorry, this is a DIY channel and I'm not good at measurement. Okay, so you have your shelves here and you're gonna place them, as far apart as you want. The goal is to have 1 single string be the front and then the back part. Does that make sense? I'm gonna tape the ends of these just to make sure they easily go through, since we're gonna be doing a lot of back and forth. This is crazy, but it's brilliant. So I'm putting some tape on my fingers so that they are not hurt. And I am taking the tip of the twine I'm working with, and I'm adding a little dab of hot glue kind of to the ends And then I'm using the tape fingers to sort of pull that hot glue out and harden the tip of the twine. See that? Smart, other than the tape fingers. I'm actually just gonna put the contact paper on. I am just gonna use a little mini screwdriver to poke holes where all the screw holes are on each side. So there's two things to know. Number one, which is your bottom side? So for me, that's this side. In fact, I'm even gonna put a little bit of painter's tape on it just to mark that. So when we're re-stringing these through, we want to make sure that these go top down, meaning this is the bottom side, that's the bottom side. So we wanna make sure that that hanging V is on the top side. Every DIY project, you think there's no way it's gonna happen, you've wasted your time, you've disappointed your family, but at the end, it always works out. Sometimes. That hot glue gun trick, so genius. I'm gonna trademark it and then turn it into a Broadway musical. All right, we got a double swing here basically. Again, making sure both sides are the bottom sides, right? Cool. So what we wanna do next is we are gonna knot off each layer so that it can't slip through. And we're gonna start by knotting off the top one and then finish knotting off the bottom one. But I wanted to put this all the way through so that I had a sense of where exactly I would want the knots to go and to make sure that there would be enough below to knot each level. Does this make sense? Dear God, I hope. So I'm actually gonna pull the bottom one off because that's gonna be the last one we knot. So now we wanna kind of measure out where we want this to hang and therefore where we want the knots to go. I think this is a pretty dang good height. You could actually just do one shelf like this, boom, you're done. Or you can do a few more. To ensure we kind of stay that way, I'm going to flip this over now. All right, we're getting wild now. We're gonna make our first knots for each section. And I'm gonna try to make it as close to the actual baseboard as possible. Just gonna double up those knots, triple them up. Honestly, if you're a sailor, please comment below. Give me some great resources. What are your favorite knot making blogs? Moment of truth. Oh yeah. To ensure this next one is even, that looks pretty good to me. 6.5 inches. So we're gonna measure 6.5 and tape it down and then flip it over, knot them, same thing. And I'm gonna use this paint tape as my guide. I'm gonna flip this over, easy peasy. And now we're just gonna knot. I did make this extra long so that if I made any mistakes, I would have plenty of yarn to spare. Twine, sorry. Sorry to the string arts fiber community. Guys, it's the moment of truth. Is it gonna hold? Is it gonna work? Okay, we're flipped, something's flipped. I somehow tied the wrong strings into the wrong part of the shelf and therefore we have a fun X pattern on the back. How cute, we did that on purpose, how fun. Reveal part 2 now that I untangled it somehow. I don't know how it got tangled before. Cool. This worked in some sort of way, so let's just cut to the final reveal. I have no idea how that miracle happened. So I hope you like it. Definitely like and subscribe, and until next time. Okay, bye.